In the last few videos here, I really encourage you. I talked about being present for a few of these, but I could not encourage more the exploring this idea of being right here, right now, and how you can plan for the future and how you can learn from the past. Now, one of the things that I learned, the greatest thing that I learned in college was not anything that a teacher taught me. And in fact, I did not have I didn't like college very much. In fact, the entire time that I was in college, I hated it. Couldn't wait to be done. I was like, I just can't wait for this to be over. And I'll be out in the real world, I'll be able to do my thing and whatever I want. I was just so done with college. It wasn't a very fun time for me. Now, the thing that happened was I went into my last final and I was like, I can't wait for this test to be over. Then I'm done. I don't have to worry about this anymore. I got done with the last final. I walked out, immense joy, just like, yes, it's over. I'm done. And in that moment, in that exact same moment, I also realized that I had wasted 4 years hating this experience and wanting it to be over. And now that it was, I could see that. I wasted the entire time that I was in college. Why did I spend all that time hating something? Why would I spend any time hating the moment that I'm in? This was an error that I made that led to some very, very great things. But in that moment of celebration, I realized I had wasted the entire time that I was there. And this is what people do. Like, people do this all the time. They waste the time that they do have while they're here. Listen to go type into Google, people's greatest regrets. And you will see it very, very quickly. They did not take advantage of something in their life. So I encourage you to live in this moment right here. One of the things that happened when I started exploring this whole thing of being present and of time and of all of these different things, I remember that first 2 years of really in-depth of just immersion into this. The first 2 years I worked, I did nothing except for this. I would work and I would still learn string conditioning, and I devoted all the rest of my time to these self-exploration type activities, meditation, books, learning ideas, analyzing how the world worked. And in that time, those 2 years felt longer than the 10 years before that. Okay, those 2 years it felt like this immense sense of time. I had so much more time. I had so much more energy to put towards the thing that I wanted to do. I started noticing how I was getting in my own way. It was amazing how much more there was to the world. And the reality that I had at some point, and I remember talking to one of the mindset coaches that I had at the time, I was like, I didn't even know that this was an option. I remember coming into it and we were meeting, I was like, I didn't even know that this was an option. I didn't know that you could live life this way. I didn't know that this was a thing. And he's like, most people don't. And I was like, I didn't even know that I didn't know. He's like, most people don't. They live their whole life in one sort of fashion. They have the same narrative throughout their whole life. And I'm not saying that to me that seemed kind of sad at the time. It's your decision though. It was a decision that I was making unconsciously. And I encourage you to make a conscious decision to live right now, to be in this present moment, because this is this isn't a feel-good topic. This is a very, very difficult thing to do. And when you first start, you will realize how much how out of control you really are, and the more out of control you become by trying to reach for more control. But get here. Get here where your feet are off the ground, you're completely out of control, but you have power. And you can experience this joy and this love because you are a joyful, powerful, lovable person. If you can negotiate that fear of not being enough, and you can go all in with you in this moment right here. Some of this stuff can sound super cheesy and super cliche really, really quick, but I encourage you, watch these videos over again. Go back to the beginning and watch them all the way through. You will pick up an entirely new perspective on them because you've already gone through it once. You cannot read the same book twice. Okay? Did I say that right? Did I say that right? Because every time that you read that book, it's going to be a different experience. Okay? You cannot step in the same stream twice, because that same stream, even though you stepped in the same exact spot, it's different water. Okay? So be present. Don't waste this thing. You've got this big life that you are meant to live. And if you can get into the moment, we can accomplish a lot of stuff.